Looking back a few months, past the falling leaves and days of rain, we were right in the middle of a dry, hot summer. But at this farm in Warden, Washington, amid the tall flowers, under that perfect sky, a different crop was growing.
I get yarn from whatever source I can get yarn from.
Surrounded by boxes of multicolored yarn, Pat Rogers works on a distinctly red, white, and blue project.
As long as I can do it, I might as well keep doing.
Rogers diligently crochets hats for a cold winter ahead. Hundreds of hats that will cover hundreds of heads all around the world.
The military is important. It just is. And I know that these young men are over there. Most of them have their hair cut short or their head shaved, and it's cold. And I just figured, well, that's not very much, but it might keep their heads warm.
For several years, Pat has crocheted hats that are packaged up and sent to military members deployed overseas with Fairchild Air Force Base. When she learned about the Treats to Troops campaign about 5 years ago, she and her husband Bill traveled down the freeway about 100 miles to deliver a few dozen hats right here at KREM.
And that first year I took up about 40. And then I called you and asked you if they wanted them, and you said yes. So that's when I started making them.
Because of her generosity, coupled with quick stitching, the majority of the 200 to 300 Treats to Troops boxes are packed with a hat. It may not be regulation style, but they are certainly warm and heartfelt. Men and women stationed across the globe receive something crafted just for them. And for some, that means a particle of peace has somehow landed in the middle of a war zone. A long line of service is stitched into the family's fabric, and that close connection to the military is certainly a motivator for the countless hours spent making these Christmas gifts. So on this hot day in summer, while we interviewed Pat inside about her homemade hats, the real mission of the moment pulled up.
Oh my word! What in heaven's name?
And the woman who spends all winter making gifts for others was about to receive a gift herself.
So for all the hard work and dedication that you do for us overseas, sending us things like that really do mean a lot to us. So I have a scarf for you,
Thank you.
our squadron patch, and also our deployed location patch. So we also wear this as we're flying overseas, and then our squadron coin.
Oh.
We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
When Evangeline Avancia was stationed overseas, she received a hat. Now back on American soil, specifically Warden soil, she was getting a chance to say thank you.
It really means a lot to us, you know, little things like that, you would be surprised at how much they mean to the troops overseas, and it really does remind us of home and all the people that care about us.
The woman that surprises us each year got a big surprise.
It's such a little thing for me to do, and it's so easy, and I can just sit and do it.
But it really does mean a lot to us. It reminds us of home, and it reminds us that people care about us back home.
And it couldn't have been better timed. This year, Pat dealt with a broken back. After months of pain, she had surgery with her family waiting nearby.
I remember my one daughter saying, "Mom, you came through surgery, you did fine, you're doing great." And I looked at her and I says, "That's because I'm a tough old biddy, and they have not let me forget it."
Yes, tough maybe, but with great softness and kindness, she stitches one hat at a time, each taking about 90 minutes to 2 hours to complete. And while she'll never meet most of the people who received these Christmas caps, she now knows that they certainly do arrive, and better yet, they do make a difference.